Hello, all. Thank you so much today for joining us for our reading of Coronavirus, which is a children's book about the new disease, COVID-19, by Elizabeth Jenner, Kate Wilson, and Nia Roberts, and illustrated by Axel Scheffler. There's a new word you might have heard. You might hear people talking about it, or you might hear it on the news. This word is the reason that you're not going to school. It's the reason you can't go outside very often or visit your friends. It might be the reason why the grown-up or grown-ups who look after you are at home. The word is coronavirus. But what is it, and why is everyone talking about it? What is the coronavirus? The coronavirus is a kind of virus. But what is a virus? Viruses are tiny germs that are so small that you can't see them. They are so light that they can float through the air in tiny drops of water, and they can sit on your skin without you feeling them. If some of these germs get inside you, they can use your body to make more germs, and that can make you sick. Do I have germs on me now? Yes, but hardly any of them are dangerous. There are lots of different sorts of coronaviruses, and some of them infect people. If you have been infected with one of these coronaviruses, all you probably had was a runny nose or a cough. Achoo! Bless you! Could be a coronavirus. But when this completely new coronavirus germ gets inside a human body, it causes an illness called COVID-19. When people talk about catching the coronavirus, they are talking about this illness. How do you catch the coronavirus? Because this coronavirus is new, scientists don't know everything about it yet. But they think that there are two main ways that people can catch it. Coronavirus germs live in people's throats and mouths. When someone who has the coronavirus coughs or sneezes or breathes out, the germs come out of their mouth in tiny drops of water. Though you can't see the germs, you can sometimes see these tiny drops. In cold weather, they make a cloud of steam. So if someone else accidentally breathes in the air with the coronavirus germs in it, they would probably get the illness. It's so cold today. Yes, I can see it on your breath. It's easy to get the coronavirus germs from inside your body on your hands when you touch your nose or your mouth. If someone with the coronavirus germs on their hands uses a door, the invisible germs can live on the handle for hours. When someone else opens the door, they get the germs on their hands too. And if they touch their nose or their mouths, the germs can get into their body. I wonder if there are germs on this door handle. So, you can also catch the coronavirus by touching things that someone with the virus has already touched. What happens if you catch the coronavirus? Some people, including many children, don't feel sick at all when they get the coronavirus, but they still have coronavirus germs in their body that they could give to someone else by mistake. But I feel fine, Mom. When they get the virus, lots of people get a cough and a fever. Some people also have a headache or aches all over their body. People are usually sick for a few days, but bodies are amazing things. When a new germ like the coronavirus gets into someone's body, their body knows that the germ shouldn't be there, and it starts killing it. I feel really awful. The body has a weapon against viruses called antibodies. Tiny cells in your blood make antibodies to fight each different virus invader. The antibodies catch the viruses, then the blood cells swallow them up and destroy them, and then the person gets better. Each of us have more than 10 billion different kinds of antibodies inside us. Hey, I'm better now. Hooray for antibodies! That means that there are more different antibodies inside you right now than there are people in the world. So why are people worried about catching the coronavirus? Most people have a body that is healthy enough to fight the coronavirus. But there are some people who find it harder because their bodies aren't as strong. They might be people who are more than 65 years old or already have other illnesses like cancer that might make their bodies weaker. They need more help to fight the coronavirus. This means that they have to go to a hospital, and they may need to use a special machine called a ventilator to help them breathe. However, sometimes even this might not be enough to help them get better. And if that happens, then sadly, they might die. That's why these people really need to stay home, away from anywhere they might catch the coronavirus. I'll dance in my living room instead. They won't be able to have visitors. That might mean you won't be able to go visit some of your family for a while to help keep them safe. Is there a cure for the coronavirus? Most people get better from the coronavirus by themselves, but doctors and scientists want to help everyone do that quickly and safely. Doctors don't have a cure for the coronavirus yet because it is a new illness. Some medicines that doctors already know about might help, so they are trying them out on people who are ill. But even if they don't work, scientists are also working on making completely new medicines for the coronavirus that no one has ever seen before. I hope this new medicine works. Another thing that scientists are working on is a vaccine. A vaccine is a special medication that is usually injected into your body while you are healthy. Inside the medicine are weak or dead virus germs. The antibodies in your blood can practice killing these germs so that if you catch that virus, they can start fighting the live virus germs faster. You probably already had some vaccines when you were a baby, so that means you won't get some illnesses. I was vaccinated when I was little. Now I can't get any measles. It takes many months to make new medicine before you can give it to lots of people. You have to make sure that it is safe for everyone, so you have to try it out carefully on a few people at a time. Then, when you know it works and is safe, you have to make enough for everyone who needs it. Why are some places we normally go to closed? Although lots of people will get better from the coronavirus, it's really important that people who might become very sick don't catch it. This means we need to make sure that as few people as possible get the coronavirus so that we don't pass it on to anyone who might get very sick. And if lots of people get sick and have to go to the hospital at the same time, then the hospitals will get too busy to care for everyone properly. It's so easy to get the coronavirus that we need to be very careful that we don't get too close to people who don't live with us. School's closed, hooray! School's closed, boo! And that's why places where lots of people get together, like schools and libraries, are closed at the moment. The government of this country has said that people should only go outside of their homes if they really, really have to. Some people, like doctors or nurses or people who work at grocery stores or people who deliver things to our homes, have to go out of their homes to go to work. I'm working with nurses to help people who are sick. I'm working so you can still buy food. I'm working to deliver things families need. I'm working with the doctors to help people who are sick. Most people can also go out of their homes if they need to buy food or exercise. but they must be very careful not to go near anyone else. If you or anyone in your family feels sick and thinks they might have the coronavirus, you can't come out of your home at all for 2 weeks. We all have to stay home to protect the people who will find it hard to fight the coronavirus. What's it like to be at home all the time? Sometimes being at home with the people you live with can be fun. You can do things together that you wouldn't normally do when you are at school or when the grown-ups are at work. But sometimes I feel bored. Sometimes I miss my friends. Sometimes I feel angry. Sometimes I feel sad. These are all normal things to feel, and everyone who lives with you probably feels the same way sometimes, even if they try not to show it. The grown-up or grown-ups who look after you might also feel worried. Sometimes they might feel worried about work. Sometimes it might be hard to buy the things that you need, and that might worry them too. But what if I feel worried too? If you are worried, talk about your worries to a grown-up who looks after you. If you are still going to school, maybe you could talk to a teacher. Or maybe you could talk to a teacher or someone else in your family on the phone using a computer or a tablet. What can I do to help? You are already helping a lot by staying home, but you can also help by taking extra care to make sure you don't catch or pass on the coronavirus to anyone else. Did you know that viruses are killed by soap? So if you wash your hands really carefully and for long enough, you won't have any coronavirus germs on your hands. You can sing a song while you wash your hands to make sure you are washing them for long enough. Long enough to sing happy birthday twice. But germs can come in and out of my nose and mouth too. If you have a wipe or blow your nose, use a tissue and put it in the trash right away. Remember to wash your hands too, because the coronavirus lives in your snot and it can get onto your hands from the tissue. If you have to cough or sneeze, do it in the inside corner of your elbow and not onto your hand. Then you can't give the coronavirus to other people that way. If everyone does these things, it will make a big difference. What else can I do? Another important thing you can do is be kind to the people you live with. Things will be different and perhaps difficult for all of you. If you live with brothers and sisters, you might sometimes find them annoying, but try not to fight with them. If you live with grown-ups, maybe you can help them by doing what you've been asked to do or giving them a big hug. Mom asked us to put our toys away. Okay, I'll pick up the books. What about my schoolwork? If you are not at school, do your schoolwork. It will help keep your mind busy so that you won't be bored. And then when you get back to school, you will have learned a lot. If you don't have a screen of your own, talk about how you can share screen time fairly with anyone who needs it. Remember, the grown-ups who live with you might have to do work as well. If they do, you can help them by not disturbing them when they are trying to work. Then they will become more likely to have time to do fun things with you. Maybe you can make a list of things that you would like to do with them. What's going to happen next? This is a strange time for everybody, and it's happening all over the world. But if we are all careful and we all stay home, we are doing what we can to stop the coronavirus from spreading. And that gives the scientists and doctors time to figure out how to cure the illness and maybe stop people from getting it all together by using medicines and vaccines. One day soon, though, nobody knows exactly when, you'll be able to visit the people you love who don't live with you, play with your friends, go to school again, and do lots of other things that you enjoy, but that you can't do now. One day, this strange time will be over. By staying home and supporting the grown-ups we live with, we can all overcome coronavirus together. Remember all the things that there are to be grateful for, and soon this time will pass. Thank you so much for coming to our reading, and be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.